Welcome back, familiar, to Northside LDN, and today we've got the Arsenal versus Chelsea preview. We've got news: Cole Palmer, Saka, Partey may be missing the London derby. Before we get into that, Lewis, how you doing, bro? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just been enjoying the break. It's been a little bit boring, but after the summer, it's been deserved as well. Just good to get back with a very, very big fixture against you guys. Can't let you win 4 in a row on our ground. But it's good to be back on. Guys, you already know, hit the like button, subscribe, and all of that. Let's go.
You already know. His link is in the description. Make sure you hit the like to the video, like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you also like and subscribe to Carefree Lewis. Fuad, you come out of hiding, yeah? 1 win. Shameless, yeah? You're out of hiding now, yeah?
Hiding, bro. I ain't never been hiding. What am I hiding to, bro? I don't get no invite no more, bruh.
The test is out, yeah? 1 win against City.
Because you know already what time it is, bro. You already know what you're in for, bro. I don't hide, bro. You can find me anywhere, even in America. I'm still there.
Yeah? Cool. Feeling confident. Listen, let's get straight into Cole Palmer. Now, Cole Palmer was out with England. I think it was the under-21s, and there's rumours going around that they called him back to Chelsea early. He might have a little niggle, a little injury. Lewis, do you know anything about that? Are you concerned about him on the weekend against Arsenal?
I've heard he came off with a dead leg and they sent him back because they didn't want to risk him. Although they also sent him back out for the second half and then he came off again with an injury. So we don't really know. It's still early days. I'm hoping it's just like it's the international break. There's no news to talk about. Let's just overhype this Cole Palmer situation. He's really just fine and needs a couple days out. But we don't know. We'll find out in a day or two's time, I guess. I think he's only just got back into England today, if I'm correct. But yeah, right now I guess it's minor. But let's hope it is because he's been one of our best players the last few matches. We need him ready for the Arsenal game.
100%. He scored. I think he scored a penalty for you in the last 2 games. Had an assist. Has been pivotal. I saw on Talksport. I saw one of the Chelsea fans call into the show and say that he looks like the player you thought Havertz were. You thought Havertz would be the player that Cole Palmer is turning out to be. For me, that feel that put in Havertz, you already know how I feel about him. You can take him back, bro. I've lost the receipt. Take him back.
No, we've been through this numerous times. There's no backseas, there's no refunds, there's nothing. It's just thanks and gratitude and appreciation for taking that cancer out of our hands. But he's correct. Cole Palmer's come in and he's literally been everything I expected Kai Havertz to be. With the composure on the ball, the smart passing, the finishing, I'd say as well, in aspects too. On the ball, everything I'd want from him is everything that I've seen from Cole Palmer, and he hasn't needed any excuses like he needs time to adapt. He needs to figure out his position. None of these excuses. He's just come in and he's just played good football. That's exactly what we needed. So, yeah, I actually agree. I agree.
Yeah, absolute facts. I mean, Fuad, I know you're a great advocate of Havertz. Yeah? What do you think? Havertz or Cole?
Havertz all day, bro.
This fella that put that just hit to wind me up.
So wait, why is that? Why? Let's go into that.
Come on, bro. Havertz has done more than him. You know, Havertz won you the Champions League, bro. Come on, bro. You can't be that disrespectful.
Mate, by himself. Bro,
he got that winning goal, though, bro. You've got to put more respect on his name.
Let me ask you a question, my friend. And I'm sure this is like very relevant based on your last few games. What is harder to do? Is it harder to score a goal against Man City, or is it harder to keep a clean sheet against them? Especially using the 2021 Man City team as well.
It's harder actually to score, keep a clean sheet against them.
Right. So I think the defense takes much more credit in that game than Kai Havertz then. With the key blocks from Christensen, key blocks from Rudiger, Jorginho and Kante's masterclass in midfield, Chilwell block off the line. We won the Champions League not because of Kai Havertz, because we conceded the least goals out of any UCL winning team in 25 years.
All right, but Lewis, you got to understand, he had that one chance, and that one chance won you the Champions League. Because then all that you just named is irrelevant. They ain't scoring.
That's it. He played a part.
Exactly. So you got to put more
respect. No. That's not exactly. You said he won us the Champions League. I'm saying he played a part in the.
Okay.
You're saying two different things now. You're saying two different things. You're going from he won it. He played a part.
No, he played a part.
He didn't win it for us. he played a part in the team that won it.
All right, but if you okay, what will win you games?
Goals and keeping clean sheets.
What won you that
ideally.
Champions League? Yeah, but what won you that Champions League?
A goal and a clean sheet.
Yeah, but what won you on the Champions League? Clean sheet don't win you the Champions League.
Well, if there wasn't a clean sheet, we're going to extra time.
But it depends.
How
what
are we
the opposition could have scored
the work of a defence? How are we completely negating the whole process of defending? You need to be able to defend consistently. That's how we got to the final. We can see the least goal
it doesn't matter.
in 25 years.
But it doesn't matter.
25 years.
All I got to tell you
The
is,
only
Lewis,
team to concede less was in 94, 95.
He scored
So
the
how
winning
does that
goal.
make sense?
Everyone, no one thought. Listen, when you think of Havertz, he scored the winning goal in the Champions League.
You think of that because he's not done anything else other than that.
No, but he's done it though, innit? But he's still done it.
Why do you think when you talk about Havertz, everyone always talks about Porto?
No,
he's not done anything noteworthy.
That's the only good thing you can think about him. He scored the winning goal in the Champions League.
Because he's not done anything else.
But it's still a big achievement, Lewis.
When we think of Sergio Ramos, do we just think about the equaliser in Lisbon? No, we don't.
It's still a big
he was
achievement,
a generational centre-back.
For his career, listen.
When we think of Messi, do we think his winner against Man United in 2011? No, because it's Lionel Messi.
No, but Lewis, regardless of what you say, it's irrelevant. It's his career, though. It's his career.
Yeah, and that's his career. One goal. That's his career.
And it's worth a lot.
No, it's not.
It is, bro.
You see what I got to put up with? These are the same that are twerking over one performance out of Eddie
for your rival.
Sign him up to a new contract. And then this January, they're all saying, "Oh, we need to get Ivan Toney." Well, what about your boy that only turns up once in a while when Eddie and
Havertz, listen.
Yeah?
Put more respect on Havertz.
It's about the longevity of what you do in the season. It doesn't matter. Hold on a sec, forward. Havertz, yeah.
Brother, as an Arsenal fan, what has Havertz done for you?
Scored a penalty and assist against Man City.
You were 3-0 up.
Doesn't matter. He still scored a penalty.
You asked me what he done.
I said the winning penalty. You asked me what he done. I said he scored a penalty and assist against Man City.
The assist against City, I'll give you that.
And he scored a penalty, innit? That's
all he done. One penalty at 3-0 up, seriously.
You asked me what he said. I answered, didn't it?
You could have just said the City one. And I would have been like, you know what? That's a good comeback. I'll give you that. But you had to say the pen.
No, but you asked me what he did. I got to find two things, innit? You can't just have the one.
Two things in about 7, 8, 9 games.
But I don't blame him,
bro. Handed to him. Fuad, the penalty, he didn't even win that penalty.
Yeah, but bro,
it was given to him because Saka was trying to give him some confidence. That Filo da Puta didn't win no penalty. And the back pass that he played into Martinelli, I was more impressed by that pass from deep from Partey and the way that Martinelli struck the ball. It was a bit of luck. That was more impressive. But he had no other options. He was in the box by himself. The easiest thing, he played it back to Martinelli. It's the easiest pass. You can get someone.
All I gotta say is Lewis.
That could do that pass. Yeah, he's a bum. Yeah, ultimately, the great players we talk about, they do it week in, week out. That Filo da Puta Kairona does nothing, bro. Nothing. Walking around like this is a flipping, like it's the London Zoo, like the German giraffe doing nothing, bro. The guy does nothing. Yeah, even Declan Rice as playing CDM does more than that Filo da Puta. Yeah, Cole Palmer is only just starting and he's showing me more than Kai Havertz.
Lewis, thank you for Havertz. That's what I'm going to say. Thank you, Lewis, for Havertz.
You're very welcome, brother.
Thank you. Very welcome. Look at that. Look how generous he is.
I'm very grateful, man.
Thank you, bro.
Give it a year. If you need a striker, we'll have one coming back from Rome. 100 plus Premier League goals.
Oh, Lukaku.
Yeah. Go for it, man.
Thank you. First, probably say thank you for Czech. Thank you for Willian. Thank you for David Luiz. All these bums that come in and bro. Huh?
It was nice to do business with them, innit? It's
not
my money.
Yeah, we don't win nothing. The difference is Giroud goes over there and wins. Yeah, wins major honors. These bums come here, take money out of us. Yeah, we put them on big contract, don't win nothing, and it is what it is.
Why are you getting worked up for?
Huh?
Why are you getting worked up for?
My go.
Yeah, see the difference?
Another one. Thank you again. Please, a pleasure doing business. We always seem to do good business.
We do good business, Arsenal and Chelsea, all the time.
This guy, you're shameless.
Totally agree, man.
Absolutely shameless. Absolutely.
I'm not shameless, bro. He agrees with me. It's 2 against 1, yeah.
What is
no, I agree. I'm with him. We do great business.
Long
may it continue. Long may it continue.
Thank you, Lewis. He's sitting there getting happy about, but Kai Havertz won the Champions League with Chelsea. What's he doing with Arsenal? Where's he taking us?
I can't judge him, man. I'm going to be a realist and give him a season. I'm going to judge him after the season. I can't judge him in 7 games. new club, new philosophy, new manager, new idea. Let's see what he does. I'm gonna give him a season.
But Super Reds like you were happy to get rid of Balogun that did well on loan. You didn't give him 8 games or say, oh, let's keep him and see with 8 games or 9 games, let's judge him. Nah, get rid of him. Nketiah that's been here season after season doing nothing. That's the one you want to. That's
not me. That was the club.
Yeah, guys like you were twerking for Iwobi when we're giving him chance after chance after chance. Gnabry went out on loan at West Brom. Didn't give him a chance. Nah, get rid of him and becomes a world-class player over there by Munich. Yeah, so take it with a pinch of salt what these Super Reds say, because a lot of times they get it wrong. And they like to rewrite history. Also, Super Reds like you, Fuad, are the ones that were gassing up. Oh, Lacazette has got work rate. Yeah, he's the same style of striker as Giroud. Who is the better striker, Giroud or Lacazette? But you didn't want Giroud. You wanted to get rid of Giroud. Look at what he went to do. And he's got a better goal scoring record than Lacazette. That bum. You know what I'm saying?
Lewis, Lewis.
Viewers, take it with a pinch of salt what Fuad says, because these Super Reds, they move the goal.
Lewis, this Arsenal fan base, all right? They wanted Giroud out. These are the guys who named it the lamppost, not me, bro. These guys. This, whatever you want to call him, north side, whatever you want to call him, called him a lamppost. You guys called him a lamppost, not me, bro. You guys.
Also, fans like you want to get rid of Pepe. Yeah, want to get rid of Pepe, but Reece Nelson, we signed him to a new contract. Why are you not up in arms that he's not getting game time? Why is he not starting? We've got Saka out. This manager rather put Jesus on the right-hand side. I thought you loved the fact that we re-signed Reece Nelson. These filhos da puta talk merda. And this is why I thought I'll always burn you, yeah? Because you talk nonsense.
You know, I know, you speak like with all emotion. Like,
I do, because I care. You don't care. You don't care. You're actually happy and celebrating the fact that they gave us Willian that was a bum. You're happy that he gave us Peter Cech that was over the hill. You're happy that they gave us a washed out David Luiz, making mistakes, being a calamity at the back, looking like sideshow.
Nice doing business with you, Luis.
You're happy about that. I'm not. I actually want to win. And then you're celebrating, oh, Kai Havertz win the Champions League with Chelsea. Bro, you're shameless.
I'm not shameless. Listen, all I gotta say, listen. All I gotta say to you is I'm not shameless. I just said to the brother, nice doing business with you. You get worked up, you get rattled up. Lewis, good doing business with you. The man's happy with it. I like to see the brother smile.
I got 65 million and I basically feel like I beat cancer. I'm here.
There it is there, bro. The man's happy, bro. I don't want to take his happiness away. That's the difference between me and you, bro. That's the difference, bro. The man's happy.
He's happy because we bought his car boot sale trash back to this club, and now we are infected with Corona. Even Odegaard's looking worse. You know what I'm saying? Everybody infected right now.
That's none of my business.
Like the Walking Dead. Midfield looks like the Walking Dead.
Wait, brother, that is your business. You're an Arsenal fan,
that's brother. Business.
You're shameless. This is what I got to deal with. These are the things that I got to deal with, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What are you going to work up for? What are you going to work up for? When Havertz signed, you were happy.
When was I happy?
You said we got a tall player, he could be a target man and all that. So don't come with all this rubbish now because losers here, mate. The receipts on my WhatsApp.
That surprised me. Where was this? On
my WhatsApp. My receipts on my WhatsApp.
Okay, bring it up. Show your phone. Go on, flick it.
Don't make me flick my phone. Don't make me do it.
This
don't
guy,
no. We need the receipts.
Exactly. I'm more than
don't
happy.
Make me, bruh. Don't make me destroy your identity.
You've got another 40 minutes. Don't worry, I'll wait. You bring it up.
Don't make me find it, bro. You're lucky I reset my phone, bro.
It's not that hard.
Brother, you can't tease us like this. We need the receipts. The comments need the receipts.
Listen, Lewis, listen. I had the receipts, but I had to reset my phone. My WhatsApp played up. So you're lucky, Andrew. You got away with one.
Oh my gosh, brother, I'm disappointed.
That's how you know he's chatting S. This
guy all this, because I said nice doing business with Lewis. That's all I said, bro. What are you getting upset for?
Bring up the receipts. We want to see the receipts.
Listen, you're upset because I said nice doing business with him. Did I kill you, bro? Why all Arsenal fans get upset?
Bro, you're just you know you're chatting S. Anyway, let's get into the next one. Arsenal.
Let's get to the next one.
Looks like Saka and Partey may not be available. Obviously, Saka already know he's got a long injury. Also, it doesn't look like Saka's going to be available, to be honest. The way he's been hopping off, he's been injured ever since the season started. We've seen Saliba. Apparently, he's had a chronic pain and he's been suffering with it for a couple of weeks. This is what I'm saying, bro. My club has been Injections FC, bro. The Arsenal Kardashians. Everyone's injection. You know what I'm saying? Trossard injection. Saliba injection. Saka injections, bro. Booty shots everywhere going around here in Arsenal. What's going on? How's this guy getting injuries? Bro, if this manager really trusts in the players he's brought in, why didn't you just sideline him? Because at the end of the day, if you're playing these players injured, yeah, look, Saka's out now for a long time. Saliba, what's going to happen with Saliba? Do you know what I'm saying? If he believes in Kivior, play Kivior then. You bought him. Play him. Why are we playing certain players injured? Why is he playing Saka injured? Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense, bro. If he believes in the team, if he believes in the players that he's re-signed, you got Reece Nelson there that can play as a right winger. You've got Kivior there that you bought. It doesn't make any sense, bro. And it's still a big question mark whether we're going to have Saliba back and Saka back. And this is down to Arteta's poor man management. I have to keep it real. Saliba has been having a knock for weeks, a chronic pain. The guy should be able to be sidelined and recover. The same with Saka. I personally don't think Saka limping off game after game. End of every game, he's limping off.
I don't think
this is on the manager.
Yeah, but you know what, Andrew? If you're that on offside, you're that gullible, bro. I don't even think any of them's injured. That's me. I think Saka's fit. Saliba's fit. Saka has just had a 3-week break, and they're saying he's fit to go. That's all. You're going to see Saliba in the lineup in Stamford Bridge, and you're definitely going to see Saka in the lineup, and you're going to see maybe Trossard on the bench. I don't think none of us. And I don't, like he just said it just there. It's an assessment, but I don't think Saka and Saliba. I think it's just one of them quick ones. International breaks. They had a little niggle. They're not going. That's what it is, bro. I don't think that. I think you're going to see him on the side. I think you're going to see him on the stand pitch. I don't really think they're injured.
Lewis, do you feel the same thing when it comes to Cole Palmer? Do you think he's really injured, or do you think with Cole Palmer it's more of a precaution?
Cole Palmer's way more precautionary. Well, we're going to see how deep the situation is in the next few days. I would expect him to still start because it all just sounds precautionary. It doesn't sound anything too deep. And unless we hear anything, there's no reason to stress out about it. With Saka, it's different for you guys because he's come off in numerous games and there's been the question mark of whether he's been overplayed for years now. So I get the concern on your front. Kind of still expect him to start just because of what I've seen with Arteta the last few years. He just has a habit of doing that anyway. Saliba, though, like, how bad's the Saliba situation?
It just says that he was withdrawn from the France squad due to a toe injury, and he's been impacted for a number of weeks with a chronic pain, according to the French media. And Arsenal hope to have him back in the Chelsea trip. The same with Partey. He played in a friendly, which I don't understand. This guy's coming back from injury. He played the first half for Ghana, their friendly against Mexico, and he was taken off at halftime. Apparently, they're saying it's precautionary. It's not because he's injured, it's precautionary because he only played, I think, 20 minutes against Man City. So they're trying to have precautions. But if it's a friendly, just let him heal here at London.
You're too dramatic, mate. That's your problem, Andrew. You're too dramatic. They're all fit, bro. Stop being dramatic, bro. They're fit, bro. He knows it. Lewis, be honest. You know Saliba and Saka's in that starting lineup. You know that yourself, innit?
I'd expect them to start.
Bro,
but I think with Saka, there's more of a question mark just based off the last few weeks. I think Saliba and Palmer definitely come back.
Look, they give Saka like 2. He's had 3 weeks off, so he's relaxed, isn't he? He's had 3 weeks off.
Actually, he should be back for that game.
Yeah, he's had 3 weeks off, bro.
Fine. You know, should be fine.
He went. He went to the England camp and Gareth Southgate sent him home.
So did he?
They say. I thought,
he should be fine then. I didn't know. I don't follow international football like that.
No, I'm the same, but I know Gareth Southgate sent him home. He's had 3 weeks off. On offside, don't get stressed. Don't work yourself up. Don't give yourself a heart attack. Don't like spilling your head tonight and they're there, bro. They're there. It's a tactic, bro. They're there. And I think your boy's gonna be there too. I think they're all fit, bro. I just think it's Sky Sports trying to sell, like they're trying to work up, trying to get viewers back on.
It's just the international break. There's nothing to talk about. So it's like, is this guy's out? Could he be injured? Precautions and all those other buzzwords and stuff.
Yeah, it's just
until we hear a time frame or something, like nothing to worry about.
It's not a worry.
Cool. Listen, Lewis, I want to get into your team first. When we're going into what can we expect at the weekend, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Against Burnley, Sterling was playing very, very well. He was involved in all the goals. Cole Palmer took his penalty very, very well. And great assist as well from Cole Palmer for Jackson and his goal. Even your game before that, against Fulham, Cole Palmer got an assist for Broja's goal. I believe. Mudryk scored a great goal in that game as well. Are you seeing certain individuals within your team that are now trying to, grab their opportunity by the scruff of the neck and trying to impose themselves in this Chelsea team? And is people like Broja, people like Cole Palmer, Mudryk with a good goal against Fulham, are these players that we need to look out for? And have you been impressed with them in the last couple of games for Chelsea?
Definitely the last few matches. Midfield looks a lot more cohesive. We're starting to look a lot more clinical in terms of our chances. We had a worrying first half against Burnley. That was more because of the early goal and just our kind of struggle in breaking a low block. But because of Sterling's persistence, we eventually broke through. And then the second half, we had a lot more space to deal with and we just battered Burnley. But it's mainly just a confidence boost for us. I think the main thing for these players is that they need to show this in a big game and produce a performance, ideally against you guys on Saturday. But I do feel a lot more confident with these players. Jackson looks a lot better. Palmer looks a lot better. Mudryk, Gallagher, putting Enzo and Caicedo together has improved the pair of them. Defence has been fine all season, in all honesty. There's been individual moments, but as a team, we've defended really well. So, yeah, I think we're going to go into this game as underdogs, but if anyone thinks Chelsea are going to get battered, then no chance. I keep saying there's 1 or 2 goals max in this game, and that's it.
No, I hear that. I think Sterling, I've been quite impressed with Sterling because there's been times this season, I know it's very early in the season, there's times where Sterling's looked frustrating, bro. He's great at getting in good positions, and then he's just not clinical enough. But he stepped up in the last couple of games.
That's
he
just
really
Sterling,
helped you against Burnley.
He's looked so much better this season, but he needs a Burnley performance in a big game. He needs to do that against you guys. Because if not, he's running the risk of being called one of those players who only turns up in the smaller matches. Because I've seen that performance against Luton. Did play very well against West Ham, to be fair. We can say that was a good big game performance from him. But we do need to see against more of the big teams. He hasn't been very consistent this season. Do that on a regular basis, and then I think people start giving him the respect people say he deserves.
No, I hear that. I was very impressed. I think your first half against Burnley was poor. Your second half, though, I don't know what your manager said, but you guys just came up with fire in your belly. Sterling was immense. I felt like you lot played. It's like it was a completely different team the way you turned up in the second half against Burnley.
Yeah, one of my biggest problems at the start of the season was that we'd come out worse in the second half, but that's one of the few times that we've come out better. And fair play to Pochettino, because whatever he said, whatever he tinkered with, it worked. And Burnley just got battered in the second half. That's what we need more of, though, because again, quietly, we're playing well within phases. It's around 45, 60 minutes, but we do need a consistent, good 90-minute performance as well. It will come in the next couple of weeks. I do believe that's part of the process with a new manager and everything. He's got performances, he's got results, which gives him a bit more time as a result too. But just get them in these big games because those are massive statements.
No, I hear that. I mean, Jackson has been a player that obviously it's unfortunate that you lot got the injury to Nkunku. Preferably he'd be your starter, but obviously he's injured. Out of Broja and Jackson, who do you think will start against Arsenal on the weekend?
It has to be Jackson. Broja's only been there because of the suspension. And yeah, he didn't look that great in the last few matches, but he came back in the second half against Burnley and changed the entire landscape of the match for us. Broja, respectfully, is still coming back to fitness. He didn't look great in the first half at all. He's still coming back from injury, though, and he's had barely any game time in the last year, so it's nothing too deep. He just needs to get back into sharpness and everything. Give him the Carabao Cup matches if you want to. But for now, has to be Nicholas Jackson. I think he offers us a lot more on the ball and better finisher too. So, yeah, I'll go for him.
I hear that. I think Gallagher, I don't really rate Gallagher, if I'll be completely honest with you. I think he had a lot better game against Burnley. I think Enzo Fernandez is definitely the player that I'd want to nullify coming up against you lot. I think he's the one in midfield that will create something. What do you make of your midfield? I mean, you got Caicedo. We were linked to Caicedo. You lot have got him now. Enzo Fernandez, I thought, was a baller. I saw him at Benfica, my Portuguese team. And Gallagher. What do you make of your midfield?
They've performed a lot better the last few weeks. The Caicedo putting Caicedo and Enzo together has improved them a lot, but Enzo and Gallagher, I think, both need a little bit more consistency. Enzo still look good, and there's quality in him, obviously, but wasn't great in the Burnley game. It wasn't one of his better performances. I'd say the same thing about the Bournemouth game and the Villa game as well. So I do want to see him improve a little bit, but the Fulham game was excellent from all three of them. Gallagher, I'm with you as well. I need to see a little bit more from him, but he has improved. He's got better defensively. He started simplifying his game a little bit more. And I think in a game against you guys where we're probably not going to dominate possession, he might be a bit better in terms of breaking up play. So, yeah, I think the midfield will be good. I think it'll be a nice matchup against you guys. Just depends on who you play in that midfield. If it's Partey, Rice, Odegaard, then it'll be interesting. But if I see that silky German in the lineup, then I look forward to it because we're going to eat that midfield alive. Pause.
Oh, Fuad's boy. And listen, a lot of Chelsea fans I see praising Cowell and Palmer, the main two, and Enzo, and Jackson as well. But Cowell, what do you make of him? Do you rate him?
Oh, he's an insane centre-back, but he's needed a bit of time to adjust to playing on the left. I'd say he's got better, but he was getting cooked in the first half. Kind of just got a bit better because the pressure was off us in the second. We were dominating the ball more. There's a good pass in him out from the left. Like, he's an insane ball progressor with his passing from there. In terms of 1v1, him up against Saka might be a little bit difficult. Might be. But if you catch him in the right position, I think Cowell's capable of something. It's just he's still adjusting to the left-back position. So sometimes there's a little bit of a struggle. But he's had good games and bad games in that position.
No, I hear that. Let's go to the Arsenal side, because I know Fuad, the B-Tech DJ Khaled, is itching to talk about Havertz. Fuad, who have you been impressed with for the Man City game, since you rate everyone at this team?
Well, do you know what? Actually, you played all right for it, and you're in for a shock, bro. I think was Jorginho, bro. He made the team settle. He was telling them, don't go forward, don't go forward. Look, even though people went crazy when he got that book in the yellow card, but he done it for a reason, bro. To say, yo, we let him know, yo, we're here. You know, we gotta stand off, we gotta stand that ground. But he was like calming him down, and then when Partey come on, like the Man City thought they're not going for it. Then bam, when Partey come on, Partey's something else, man. I'm telling you, like Partey, he's just the way he can ping the ball forward and he can find that pass. He's just dangerous, bro. Partey for me is just. I still think Partey is our best midfielder, bro. Even though we got Rice, you know. But when Partey come on, you know, everyone's saying, I know Rice had a wicked performance, but Partey makes a difference, bro. You see it already against Man City. As soon as Partey come on, you know, he made something happen. And I know, like, the ball went over to Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu headed the ball to Havertz, and bam, it was all the stuff. So Partey for me was one of the things. But I think the midfield played well. I think Martin Odegaard didn't do much in the Man City game. I don't think he did much. You know, I know a lot of people said he didn't do much. I think a lot. So the problem with the fan base is sometimes you give players credit because you always give them credit. But if they have a bad game, you're still going to give them credit. But I think Jorginho had a better game, and I honestly, I think Jorginho had a better game than what's his name, Odegaard, the way he played.
100%. I do agree with you on that.
We can't. Like, I know he's a Chelsea thing, but he do play out. But I think going into this Chelsea game, bro, you already know. Like if he plays Havertz, not Havertz. I mean, if he plays Declan Rice, obviously Martin Odegaard, you know he's not dropping him, and Partey in the middle, then you know already. Chelsea, they got a good team. Don't get me wrong, they got good youngsters. But I think if he plays Rice and Partey together, I think that young midfield will fall into their hands. Do you get me? I think they're good. They'll be good for the first 20 minutes. But when the game goes along, I think the experience of Partey and Rice will just kick over them. So I think But like, if me personally, I don't think Havertz is a midfielder. I said put Havertz on the bench, last 20 minutes, put him. They put Havertz in the middle. He puts Havertz in that game.
So he's an impact sub at best, but yet you're always sucking off.
No, but I've always said that. I've always said he's an impact. I've always said he's an impact sub.
65 million pounds for an impact
Pleasure
sub.
doing business with you, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, that's it, bro.
I can't believe the bukaria that's coming out of your mouth. So you're
no, but that's me, bro. That's my opinion. Lewis, I'm entitled to.
And yeah, you're trying to tell me.
Yeah. You're entitled to come.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To me, I said. Listen, I was live with a few people, and I said the only way I see it working with him is he comes off for the last 20 minutes, and that's it. And if he paid 65 million, it's nice doing business with him because at the end of the day, it ain't my money, so it don't bother me. Do you know what I mean? It ain't like it's coming out of my pocket. But nice doing business with Chelsea. He's a 65 million pound impact player coming off a bench. That's the only way it's going to work. And that's the truth. Like, you've seen that against Man City.
You do know he's our third highest signing, and the biggest praise you can give him is an impact sub.
Yeah, but bro, I'm being real though. You put him in the middle, but I'm being honest. I'm being a realist now because the real reality is, wait, Lewis, if he plays in the middle, like Lewis just said, if you play him in the middle, bro, I think Enzo for Chelsea, Gallagher would have a field day because they know him. They know he's not running back. They know he's lazy. They know how to play against him. They will be bombing down that side. And then Zinchenko where's Zinchenko going to be?
So you don't rate him then?
I said Havertz is a 65 million pound bench player.
Highly, yeah? And you're saying he's easily nullified. You're saying that he's...
No, I'm saying he's a 65 million pound bench player.
You're trying to praise him up to me, saying that he's a great player.
No, he's a 65 million pound player, bro.
And
that's irrelevant. I didn't sign him, bro. He is. Look, you could cry, moan, scream. The reality is, he's either going to be on the bench, the best players for him will come on for the last 20 minutes. You bring him in the midfield, you're disturbing the midfield. You're giving the Chelsea hope. You play Partey. He's just good at coming off the bench and see what he could do in the last 20 minutes. That's it.
See what he can do. This Philip Dafoe is shameless. After trying to ram it down my throat about that this guy is levels, yeah? And now
why you get upset for, bro?
You can do with 20 minutes to impact the game. Listen, there's one thing you did say I want to put to Lewis. I want to bring Lewis into this one. Because I do agree that Jorginho had a better game than Odegaard. But for me, I feel like these days in football, we give the bare minimum praise, and we explode it into a great game. For example, Kai Havertz, I
agree on that.
To Martinelli, all of a sudden it's a miracle pass. It's not. It's the most simplest pass. Any player on that pitch could have made that pass. Also, when this fan base love to praise Eddie Nketiah, we look energetic. He gives 110%. Well, I expect him to do 110%. He's on 100k a week, number 14. That's the bare minimum. I can't praise that. You know what I mean? Jorginho, you're not trying to you for trying to justify to me. Oh, he hold the ball. Bro, I need more than just holding the ball.
Yeah, but bro,
Consola that was able to hold the ball.
Yeah, but Brian, you know
a counter attack.
You're missing.
Hold on, I want to ask Lewis. Lewis, what's your opinion about Jorginho? Because I think he does a whole load of holding the ball and he doesn't do a lot. Once in a while, he'll play it forward, but he doesn't offer you enough within 90 minutes to justify him as a starter or as a player that is put on this pedestal by certain people. What do you think about Jorginho?
I think right now, his best asset is to bring him off the bench and slow down games. If you're like 2-0 up and you just want to see a game out, you bring on Jorginho, you dominate the possession a little bit more, you see the game out and you win it 2-0. But it's not good enough for a starter now. I rated him at his time at Chelsea, but he was a lot younger then, and I guess it was a different setup and everything compared to midfielders you have now. Right now, I don't think he should be starting for you guys, but I think he's a good squad player. I think he's decent to have around the team. I don't think he had a bad game for you guys on Sunday. Also agree with you, though, that it shouldn't be anything that's like blown out of proportion, like he had a generational performance or anything. It's nothing like that. But he did his job. He did his job and he played well. I do agree with you, though. People do that a lot, where a player has like a 6 out of 10, and they overhype it to an 8 or a 9, like they actually played to that level. Nah, they just did a decent job and we keep it moving. That's it.
There you go.
I think our best player. You asked me the best player. I feel for Man City who played the best. Maybe was I'll give it to Gabriel, centre back, bro. I think he played wicked. Even though everyone say about Saliba dealt with Haaland, but he was in his face too. set pieces. He gave it to him, stuck it on him. Every time he tried getting away, and he pulled off some good tackles. So yeah, I think Gabriel played well that game. I rate Gabriel. He's a good defender, man. But against Chelsea though, see the problem is with Chelsea is like Chelsea are actually like Chelsea will like Jackson's a good player. You can see already he's got the attributes of being a top player, like the way he brings the ball, the way he takes on players, the way he's fearless, and like he's showing like he is going to be a top player in the future because he's still young and he's like 20 or 22. How old is he? 20?
Yeah, he's 22, I think. 22.
Yeah. So, like, it's his first season, in his season in the Premier League, and he's showing already, like, he's already a handful, bro. Like, he's only 22. I think, is he 22 or is he 20? Someone said he's 20.
I think he's 22. Let me have a look.
Double check. I saw someone said to me he's young. He's 20.
22,
yeah. So he's only young, man, and he's already showing, like, he's doing that against big player, like, things. So he's going to be good. I think some of the problem with Chelsea. The problem with Chelsea is that they got a young squad. They got a good manager in Pochettino, but he's got to be more like be on the offense instead of like playing our defense too much. Because I know he likes to play defense sometimes, and against the big six, he always defends against them. So
I don't mind that. I think that's better off for us in this game.
Yeah, and it is for youngsters, so he can learn how to defend.
I think it'll work out better for us.
Yeah. But it looks like, I don't know, it's like, obviously, I expect Arsenal to beat Chelsea, but it's still one of them games where anything can happen.
I know. There's one or two goals in this game, and that's it.
Yeah. It's not one of
them
them
games. It could go either way.
Yeah.
Whoever scores first, probably wins it, because I don't think both sides are conceding.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if you agree, Lewis. Yeah, I feel like if you guys don't open up and you sit back and try to hit us on the counter. First of all, we don't do well against counter-attacking football. We saw that against Lons. We saw that last season against Man United. I think if you lot stay compact and try to hit us on the counter, you've got Cole Palmer that can hit us on the break. You've got Sterling that can hit us on the break. Jackson, he's a bit nippy. You know what I mean? He's got a bit of speed to him as well. Enzo, he can be that link from defense to attack. I think you will do a lot more damage. I think if you open up, even with these injuries, I still think that we can at least leave with something out of that game. And for me, I think Man City was, and people say, oh, but Man City, you can't go toe to toe with Man City. I keep seeing this Arsenal team under Arteta being very weak against counter-attacking football. When teams come out and play and keep a high line, a lot of times we have a lot more space and we look a lot more fluid and we can impose ourselves. When teams sit back, we are not that great. And we got very lucky against Man City. That game, the way the trajectory of that game, that was screaming all day a draw. We got very lucky. I'll take it. But ultimately, we put in a better defensive display than we did a midfield or attacking display. When teams sit back, we don't look that convincing. We're not very cutting. We don't have a lot of players that can open you up and score goals. We don't have a 20 to 30 goal a season striker. Saka's out, and he's one of our most, clinical players, shall we say. Our midfield, Odegaard was non-existent. Jorginho isn't going to cause you any trouble going up front. Havertz doesn't do enough. Even Fuad saying that he's only good as an impact sub for the last 20 minutes. Then you look on the left-hand side. Martinelli's out. Trossard is out of form. I think your best bet, tell me if I'm wrong, Lewis, your best bet is hitting us on the counter.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's the way we get at you in this game and we leave with something. I've noticed in the Lons game and the United game, the same thing with you about the counter-attacking situation. You guys don't really make as much chances, or you guys don't really play with the same level of dominance as you did last season. So I think it would make sense to play in that way anyway. We might frustrate you guys in that remark. It just depends on if we finish our chances or not. That'll be the biggest question. This game is going to come down to moments, and it just depends on if we have the bottle to handle them. We need to see how both teams handle it, but you guys are still favourites. I will say that. You guys are still massive favourites going into this.
Yeah, no, I also know the reason is why we changed that. I think Arteta's done it more like he's playing a bit defensive football. It's because that's how you're gonna. You need to be. You gotta beat teams like that sometimes. We went like last year. He learned off his mistake. He went toe to toe with Man City because he did 7 goals against. 7 goals against them. In all competitions, it was 9 goals. In 3 games they put 9 past us in all competitions. Like, Do you mean
You
if
see,
the two passes?
you see the problem with this comment, yeah? Northside, away from home, we keep clean sheets. Hopefully, we can on Saturday. We got 4 clean sheets so far. The problem is, yeah, going forward, we don't look that great. Last season, we played a system where we could divide the goals everywhere. This season, we don't have our midfield creating and scoring enough. A lot of our strikers aren't scoring and creating enough. We're not doing enough going forward. Yes, we're doing a lot better defensively. And it's last season, we were great going forward. At the back, sometimes we were shaky. And this is why when we went in January, 8 points clear, I was like, defensively, we're allowing too many goals in. This season, we've gone the whole different way. And we've created a different problem. Yeah. And on top of it, when you don't create this much, when you're not creating as many opportunities for a team like Arsenal, it's a problem. Why? Because we don't have enough killers. Yes, we have Saka. Saka's out. We don't know how long Saka's out for. They're still doing tests and seeing how long Saka's out for. For me, that's a problem. We don't have a killer. When you play this control football, I keep saying this. When you play this control football and sitting back, 2 banks or 4 and trying to hit teams on the break, the way we've been playing this season, we've not been playing gun-hole football. Simeone had Diego Costa. Mourinho had Benzema. Do you know what I'm saying? Conte in Italy had Lukaku, who for that league was banging goals and scoring goals. We don't have a striker like that you can only feed 2 or 3 opportunities and they will bury those chances. We're playing Jesus. Even with all the chances Jesus got last season, I understand he was injured. He's not clinical enough. Even under a Man City Pep system, he didn't score enough. Then you got Nketiah, a player that we gave a new contract to because he scored a brace 2 seasons ago against Chelsea when we're trying to get top 4. Ultimately, didn't score enough for us to get top 4 against Tottenham. He's an inconsistent striker. When you've got these players that are not clinical, you have to accommodate for them not being clinical, which means you have to create more chances for them. It doesn't work. And even when we're playing this controlling football, we didn't look convincing against Lens. We lost.
I find with Eddie, do you know what I find with Eddie? It's like sometimes, like with Eddie and Nketiah, I find with Eddie, it's like sometimes the way he plays, like 1 minute he's going forward, he's going back. It's like when we scored that goal when he scored them 2 goals against Chelsea in 2 years ago when he gave him a contract, he was getting into the box a lot, he was sniffing, he was hungry to score goals. But every time, like it's like this season, when he's played and after he signed the contract, they showed it. Like last season, I know he scored a few goals, but this season, particularly, I've been watching him carefully, and they showed it. They highlighted it. When the ball goes in, do you know when the ball goes in, a striker can sense the danger of a goal going in. So he is there, but they showed it. Alan Shearer showed it, and he said, "Look, watch the ball's coming in. Look where Eddie is. He don't sense the danger, like for some reason. When he done it against Chelsea." It's like sometimes he's off play and he's on play. I don't get it. Like they say in training, he's always scoring goals. But then why are he doing it like? Why are he doing it on the pitch like?
Yeah, but you know it's different from training to
yeah, 100%. But you know,
Lewis, your team has got the same thing. You ain't got a prolific goal scorer in your squad, yeah. And I get it. You're on phase 1. My team is supposed to be on phase 4. And we still don't have a prolific goal scorer. And now we're playing this control. Bro, basically, to me, all this control football means, yeah, is we're playing Mourinho style football. We're playing Conte style football. We're playing Simeone style football, which is nothing wrong with it. But if you're going to play this style of football, go get managers that actually win with this style of football. That's how I feel. Because we now have to win Champions League. All the fans said at the start of the season, Arsenal have to win a major honour. I don't see us winning major honours playing like this when we don't have a clinical goal scorer. Lewis, do you disagree? I mean, you could disagree.
I think it's more frustrating for you without it because it's going to cost you in certain games. And when you're playing against a team like Man City for the title, you need perfection or as close to perfection as possible. Without at least a striker that's going to get you 20, 25 plus or a player that can do that consistently, it's going to be hard. You need to make sure that defense is at conceding close to what we conceded in 04-05, and that's impossible in today's football.
The thing is, with us to get a major honour, the reality is it comes down to January because we are going to be there and about. It's down to them if they can come with a solution. Like obviously, everyone knows that Ivan Toney ain't quiet about it. He wants to play for Arsenal. You know, he's hinted. There's more hints coming out. Like he's saying, yeah, he's back in training. He's playing behind off. You know, he's out to train now. He's playing. in friendlies behind all football. He's hinted. He's had interviews. He had an interview to someone saying the other day. He was saying about he's really interested. He's come out and said it. So now it's down to the club, bro. You know, obviously Jesus. Don't get me wrong. Jesus is a top player, but like you said earlier on, he is not clinical enough to win the title. If he was,
problem. And this is my problem.
He will score you.
Saying, you know what's funny, yeah? This is what gets my back up, yeah? Is when these finished up that come out with, we bridge the gap with Man City. The bench is fixed. Well, it's not. Because everyone's now crying out for Ivan Toney in January. So it's not fixed, is it?
No,
so
but the problem is, it's a difference. No, it's not that.
We don't need Ivan Toney. People said that we bridged the gap with Man City. And that was before we got Ivan Toney. People said the bench is fixed. And this is what gets me annoyed, yeah, is the crap that comes out from these super top Reds, yeah, they don't believe it. They don't believe it. Because now they're saying, oh, we have to play Jesus out of position. Oh, we need to go. I thought the bench was fixed. If the bench is fixed, you man celebrated when we got Reece Nelson. You didn't say, oh, no, you know what? We shouldn't have re-signed him to a new contract. We should have got another winger that can actually compete with Saka. But now everyone's saying, everyone's applauding when this club re-signed Eddie Nketiah. Now they're saying we need Ivan Toney. So you don't really believe that the bench was fixed. No, because if the bench was fixed, you wouldn't be saying that we have to get a striker and it all comes down to January. And I'm seeing certain Arsenal fans saying, if we can, you know, remove FFP and work around it, maybe we can get Ivan Toney. I thought it was fixed. But every time you're missing the point. It's fashionable. When I call it out before it's fashionable to say these things,
but you're missing the point, though.
I'm negative and I'm calling things out. And why can't I just be happy? This is why I don't believe the crap that they say. Because you're going back on what the statement that you guys said. You guys said the bench is fixed.
But the problem you're missing, no side. The problem you see, this is where you differ, bro. The thing you're missing is, bro, that it's not. Them players we got now, bro. They done what they can. All right. So now it's down to the club. If they're there in a bow in January and they got this lead on Man City, it's down to the club to go out there and say, you know what? Let's go and get Ivan Toney. It's not down to the players, bro. It's down to the club, bro. The club got.
Yeah, but don't say that the bench is fixed then, because there's
but the bench literally won us the title, so you've got to give them the credit and praise, bro. They literally
I'm not giving them the credit because I saw last season that
but you guys, listen. The problem with that.
I'm sorry. This fan base's analysis at the end of the season, everyone came together and was in agreement that the bench cost us the league. I don't think it's just the bench. I also think it's this manager. Yeah, but if you're coming out and saying that the bench is the problem, then fix the bench. But this fan base came out and said the bench is fixed, and the bench isn't fixed. Yeah, but that is my problem. I agree that we need Ivan Toney, but I've been calling out that the bench has not been addressed the way it needs to be addressed, because everyone that we brought in as a starter, and you've just said Rice is a good signing, but we needed more. Havertz, you've just admitted on this stream that at best he's an impact sub with 20 minutes to go. How is that the bench being fixed? How does that fix the fact that we don't have rotation enough?
Because all right, last year,
how is that enough rotation? How is it that we don't have the quality?
Because he has impact. Like but you're saying I'm going off this season now. Let's go off this season. I said that. All right, Lewis. I said that, Lewis. Wait, see, this is a problem. This is the problem where they waffle. I said at the start of the season, I think I was on Aussie Gunner show thing. I said the only way I see it going forward for Havertz, Ojo's side, is bringing him on in the last 20 minutes. I called that, and I said it. I called it to everyone. I said it on the groups and everything. I called that some time ago. Last 20 minutes, you come on against the best team on the planet, done something. The best team on the planet. These are our rivals. I'm not saying he's the key, he's the answer. But they're the best team on the planet, bro. You're missing the point, though, Northside. They're the best team on the planet. No one beats them, bro. They smacked up Real Madrid. They smacked up the Champions League. They smacked up the league. They smacked up the FA Cup. This is the best team on the planet by far. So I'm saying, come on, by far, bro. There's no argument about it. No one can say that. Yeah. Anyone can say it. Then come at me. There's no team better than Man City.
It's one game, and I know
it's one game, but that
we'll see when they come to the bridge in a few weeks.
But that game there is an important game for the Arsenal fan base, for the Arsenal club, for the Arsenal players. That's how our rivalry is. If we're going to win the league, we have to beat them. We've done that. So now they've done what they got to do. They just got to keep winning. But when it comes to the ambition in January, it comes down to the club, bro. If the club is saying that's good enough, Mikel can't turn around and say, Mikel wanted Modric. They never give it to him. But I'll give you another thing about Arsenal fan base, all right? This fan base, like Northside and all his other critics, oh, Kieran Tierney. Bro, Zinchenko come to the club. We finished second in his first season.
Yeah,
and people don't rate him.
Wait, so what? As an individual...
No, but you understand it.
Hold on. The deficiencies I call out in Zinchenko's game, the whole fan base has been calling out now this season as well. He has been a liability defensively.
But everyone plays out. But Lewis, can I ask you a question, Lewis? What is the aim? Do you know these guys? You know, as a Chelsea fan, right? Luke?
Yeah.
You want to get high up that table, innit?
Yep.
That's me. I want to get high up the table. These guys know what they do. They just moan and groan about players.
But they also want to get higher up the table. They want to be top.
Yeah, but they don't see it. They don't see it, right? When Kieran Tierney was there, Kieran Tierney was a good player. We finished 8th, 5th. Zinchenko come first season, we finished second.
But is Zinchenko that big of the difference? Or is it specifically on him, or is it on other factors?
No, the fact is
I don't think it was that deep Zinchenko to Tierney.
No, I'm just saying he suits the system of Arteta. So that's why Arteta plays him. And it worked. Because he didn't finish 8th, he finished second.
And Zinchenko was also the reason why we were leaky at the back.
Thank you, Lewis.
Leagues are won by defense, yeah? And defensively, this guy ain't good enough. I've been saying I don't mind Zinchenko as a midfielder because I think he could fit the midfield. As a defender, he's a big reason why.
But he understands what I'm saying.
Hold on, he's a big reason why we get targeted on that left-hand side because defensively ain't good enough. And one performance against Man City isn't enough for me to change my mind on a player. I need to see consistency. When I changed my mind on Ben White, it's because I saw consistency in him playing right back. When I changed my mind on Ramsdale, it was consistency. Yeah, I'm not changing my mind off of one game. Everybody knows defensively the guy can get cooked. And last season we saw him getting put on his ass time and time again. So let's keep it real. Yeah, and that is probably the reason why we bought players like Timber in and stuff like that. Because
Lewis got my point.
This manager knew that Zinchenko at the back is a liability. Listen. Let me get into before we wrap up. Let me get into Lewis. Lewis, what is your prediction for Arsenal Chelsea game on the weekend, bro?
I'm gonna be confident in my team and go for a 1-0 Chelsea win. That's all Disasi header. Actually, no, Mudryk. I do a lot of things for a Mudryk goal against Arsenal. The way the fan base has been with him, so I need a Mudryk goal.
That will rattle this fan base, bro. If he scores.
Mudryk and Havertz both have the ability to tear an entire fan base apart on Saturday. Or Jorginho, for that matter.
Now, facts. Fuad, what's your score prediction for this weekend?
I'm going to go, obviously, I'm going to go Arsenal. I'm going to say maybe 2-0 to the Arsenal.
2-0?
2-0, yeah. 2-0 to Arsenal.
No, I can't lie, I'm going with a 2-1. I can't lie. I do, as much as I don't rate this manager, as much as I feel like the bench hasn't been resolved and we've got players that could potentially be out, I can't lie. I expect a 2-1 victory. I think 2-1. I do think Chelsea are going to have a go at it. Not too sure how Poch is going to set his team up. Is he going to go guns blazing? Is he going to be trying to hit us on a counter-attack? If I was him, I would target Zinchenko because he's a liability defensively. I would sit back, allow us to play the high line and hit us. Ben White isn't the fastest. So if you put someone like Sterling up against him, if he's playing the high line, he hasn't got the recovery pace. Also, the distribution, if this manager goes with Raya, his distribution has been shocking this season since he's come to Arsenal. Distribution-wise, I think he's been
shut your mouth, bruh. Don't give me one of them ones, bruh. Come on, less of that, man. All this. You sound like AFTV now. Oh, I feel sorry. Nah, bro. Nah,
Lewis, let me ask you, Lewis, because obviously you're just getting rattled in it because you're deep inside. You've been infected with the Kai Rona and Project U. Yeah, so listen, just chill. Lewis, did you not see the howler that Raya did, the passing to Tomiyasu against Lons? Did you not see Raya's howlers? About 3 howlers. Alvarez almost scored against Man City. We should have been, within 20 minutes of that Man City game, we should have been at least 2-3-0 down. Did you not see that?
Yeah, could have, should have, would have. Could have, should have, would have. We beat him 1-0, bro. He kept the clean sheet at the end of the day. Lewis, Do you know this Arsenal fan base? They crack me up, bro. You know this guy is our first in this season 2 home clean sheets this season at home. 1 in the Champions League and 1 in the Premier League. And raising goals. That's our first clean sheet in a while at home, bro. And that was against Manchester City. And
you know what? Do you know what? Do you know what?
And when Lewis, another thing, and that was our first victory against Everton in 7 years because someone can come out and catch the ball.
Lewis, let me tell you something. You see how giddy they are? They were giddy like this 2 years ago. When 10 games to go, we're nailed on to get top 4. We bottled it. They were giddy last season when we were 8 points clear in January. Yeah. And we had a 10 out of 10 transfer window. Yeah. And we were 8 points clear. We're top of the league. Just be happy. And then we bottled it. So I'm expecting this. City have been able to claw back 8 points. We are what? Two points clear of them? You think they can't claw that back? But welcome to Arsenal, bro. Everything is amazing until shit hits the fan, then reality hits them. You know what I mean?
It's just too early for either side. It's too early for either side. It can't be written off. Can't be overhyped yet. See how he's like after 10 games. Same thing with Robert Sanchez.
How long are you giving your manager? I did want to ask you this. How long are you giving your manager?
Well, I did say until the Arsenal game, but I mean, now we've had some performances out of the bag. We've won 3 in a row. I think there's a lot more patience that can be given with that. The biggest thing with me was that if you couldn't handle that easy run, how am I meant to have faith with everything coming up? At least now I'm going into the game with a little bit of cautious optimism. I have a little bit of confidence in our players and the way we'll set up the game. So still got a lot of time in my eyes. I was never Poch out. I was always Poched out. Kind of still there, but he's not done anything worth criticizing him for recently. So just give him more time and see how the next few games go.
Where does he have to finish this season to save his job for you?
To be honest, I don't think his job's in any jeopardy unless he has us in relegation form. That was our reason why Potter got sacked. We need to be back in the top 4, top 5. If we get in Europe, I guess we'll take that as a step forward, but you have to be back in the next year. But ideally, we need to be in now. And if we don't make it into top 4, 5, it is a failure of a season, regardless of how you look at it. So it wouldn't be a reason to sack him. That's obviously dependent on the context of how the season finishes. But we need to be back in the top 4.
And if he didn't, would you sack him if he doesn't get in the top 4?
No, he'd have to do a lot of madness for me to want him out. Like, it wouldn't be top 4 form. I'd need relegation form for me to be like, nah, get out. Because with Potter, I was willing to give him a season in spite of how badly we were playing until he had us in 2 wins in 18. That was unforgivable.
Lewis, would you say that your fan base now have a lot more patience? Because, I mean, since Roman came in, you guys don't have that much patience. Okay, this season, obviously, the state of the club isn't on Pochettino. I can kind of understand what you're saying based on where you finished last season. And, you know, he needs to get everything kind of organized. Next season, would there be a feeling within the Chelsea fan base that next season you have to be at least qualifying for Europe?
No, that has to be this season, in all honesty. This season, we need to be in Europe as a bare minimum, but it should be the top 4. It's just, with the competition that we have for the Champions League, like, it's a failure, but there also needs to be context supplied. It would be dependent on how you don't make it. Is it on the last day? Have you bottled this many games? Whatever. Like, there's too many games to make those sorts of scenarios up. But I don't think he'd get sacked if he didn't get Chelsea in the top 4. It would have to be completely out of Europe for that to even be considered, in my opinion.
Now, I hear that, bro. The thing is, yeah, I just feel like, bro, if he doesn't get you, like, in the top 5, yeah, he needs to be sacked, bro. Like, the standards need to be set, because I'll tell you something from experience. When you allow excuses, all that happens is you allow complacency within your squad. You haven't seen Chelsea in the mud as long as I've seen Arsenal in the mud. And what happens with Chelsea and Arsenal, Arsenal and Man United, is we start creating excuses. Oh, give him 2 seasons, give him 3 seasons, give him 4 seasons. At the end of the day, I get it that he hasn't come to a team that's firing at all cylinders. But what happens is the fan base start becoming accustomed to excuses. You can see Exhibit A beneath me, forward, always making excuses. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Always, Kai Havertz. Even
Nah,
though he's our third highest signing,
Lewis, don't be,
you know,
Lewis.
Kai Havertz is our third highest signing, but he's going to say.
That's the problem with these guys. This is why
You know
I
what
like
I'm saying?
Chelsea. Look at
And what
it.
did he say? Oh, as long as we're climbing up the table, it's never about winning.
Exactly.
He's got the mentality of what you should have right now because you're on phase 1. We're on phase 4. We should be 8. We finished second last season. The aim, the only way you can progress is winning the league next season. His mentality is, just give it a go. Or it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? And he's the same person. If we don't get Ivan Toney, well, it was FFP. Oh, we can't compete with Chelsea. Chelsea were in the race.
This is a difference, bro.
Man United can spend more money.
Lewis, you're asking someone.
I remember Man United fans growing up here. They wouldn't accept anything, nothing but winning the league. Anything
Lewis, you know this guy.
What happens when you get failure after failure and excuses? What you get is moaning and grow. Oh, well, you can't compete with City. It's all your money. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, but be realistic. Oh, but this manager. Oh, we want the players to work together. Oh, it's phase 4. It's phase 3. Do not allow
these guys
in your fan base, yeah? Because I told you what. While Arsenal have been doing, phase 3, this is our third Project Youth phase, None of it has come up to. None of it has won us a major honor. Whereas your process, our fan base love to bash Chelsea. We don't want to be like Chelsea. How many Premier Leagues have you won?
Oh, bro, you know what?
Managers, how many leagues have you won? You've won more in Europe than we have in our whole history. Yeah,
Lewis.
But
I'll tell you now, Lewis. You know these guys, all right? You know people like him. This is how daft they are. You know, all right. I'll give you a prime example. You know when Chelsea, when Abramovich come in, okay? You got Ranieri. Okay, I remember how it worked. Let me educate this guy because he hasn't got a clue. You had Ranieri who come in, built a foundation, all right, and it worked. Then Mourinho come in, you knocked Arsenal off their perch and Man United by winning the double. All right. Then Manchester City come and done a similar way. All right. But then you continued there. Then you got Mourinho. After Mourinho, you got, who'd you get? Was it Philip? Got sacked. You had Gustav got sacked. Then you had Ancelotti come in, won you the title. Right? Carlo Ancelotti won you the title. So you were that was 3 titles then, all right? Mourinho come, you got rid of Ancelotti, you bring another one, you bring in Solari, you won the European Cup, you obviously won the Champions League with Di Matteo, and then you sacked thing, and your last manager who's come back was Mourinho, and he won you the Premier League title. After Mourinho, up to that situation when Mourinho won your 4th title, and then Thomas Tuchel come in and won you the Champions League, your European form was still outstanding, but your Premier League form started to dip. Can you agree with me on that?
Yeah, it's been like that for the last couple of years. To be fair.
So now what happened was with Chelsea is they stepped to that method. So it went. So after that, they got rid of Tuchel. They brought back in Lampard. They sacked him. 14th. They got Potter in. They sacked him. 14th. Now they've got a manager who they need to give time to build something, to build a structure and a philosophy in your club. Because if you keep sacking managers now, Pep Guardiola's been in for how long?
We're going on about 7 years.
Yeah.
And he's won how many league titles he's won? 5?
4.
Five.
5
league titles. Yeah. The sacking method is out of state now, bro. Because Pep Guardiola's established a team and he's got an established manager. So the sacking method don't work no more. So you've got to have a manager who's going to establish his own philosophy, establish something, and try and win the league his way.
It's just a middle point if we're being real about it. You can have an element of patience. My whole thing is trust progress, not the process. As long as I see progression within the team, cool. I'm here for the ride. I understand it. If I see my team start to stagnate or go backwards, then we need to have these conversations, regardless of people's personal attachment to the manager. But it's still too early to judge with Chelsea right now. If we progress throughout the season and then we haven't made top 5 based off moments or some shit, then it will be a failure, but I would be willing to give Poch another year. If it's a case of we finish 11th or 12th again, then no. We can't accept that shit.
You need look. If Pochettino finishes 5th, bro, you finished 14th last year. That's an achievement. And on top of all that,
you're playing Champions League football. It's not an achievement, but I wouldn't sack him.
No, but it's an achievement from 14th, isn't it? It's an achievement from 14th.
Not an achievement. because we're trying to get back
Anyways,
to where we
you're
should
playing-
be.
Yeah,
Top
but you're
fifth.
playing Champions League football.
No,
You finish-
competing for the league title.
You know, but I'm saying you got to start somewhere, mate. So I'm saying to you,
It's progression.
So
but I'm not saying
So,
it's an achievement.
but finishing 14th and finishing 5th is an achievement.
No, it's progression.
So, but it's not an achievement. So you'd rather finish.
No, an achievement is trophies. That's achievement.
No, but it's not an achievement the way you've been playing.
It's progression. It's progress.
It's an achievement to me. To me, the way you've been playing is an achievement getting 5th.
Of course,
And
it's
getting
an
back in the
Not an
Champions League.
achievement. I'm not whipping out a trophy parade for that.
No. It's an achievement to me because you guys been so bad.
Maybe to you, innit? To me, it's like
you're relegation
we're back
form.
at the bare minimum of where we should be. Now let's keep looking hard.
But finishing 4th, 5th, going into Champions League is an achievement for you. That's my opinion.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Progression.
And this is why you're better suited to Tottenham. Listen, Lewis, love for jumping on. People, make sure you subscribe to Carefree Lewis. Link is in the title of the show. Also, subscribe to Fuad if you want to hear more delusional takes on Arsenal.
Facts.
And apparently not winning major honours is an achievement. Just going higher up the table. Yeah, not about
he's in
winning.
reality, man. He knows the reality.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Lewis is going live as well within 5 minutes. Make sure you go over to Carefree Lewis's channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you like Delusion, make sure you like and subscribe to Prince Fuad as well. You know what I mean? We've got to wrap up.
Big up to that. Big up Maldini. Danish Maldini, big him up. He knows about goalkeepers.
You know what I mean? It is what it is. Listen, Lewis, love for jumping on. Love for Fuad.
Big up, guys.
We're out. Love.